Pfumvudza mechanization to boost yields herald top stories. Small-scale farmers will be accessing a lot more mechanization as they boost hectareages and yields under the Pfumvudza and Twasa program, with pilot projects already underway as government continues to push forward with boosting food production and rural incomes. Pfumvudza is a concept aimed at climate-proofing agriculture by adopting conservation farming techniques and involves the use of small areas and applying the correct agronomic practices for higher yields and sow returns, rather than having large fields with low yields or zero yields if the crop fails. The concept, which is mostly applied to maize, traditional grains and cotton, is also meant to accelerate the commercialization of smallholder agriculture. Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development Chief Director responsible for Agricultural Advisory Service Professor Albert Giri yesterday said mechanizing Pfumvudza was going to make life easier for some farmers who do not have the capacity to do potholing manually, such as old people and child-headed families. Pilot projects were underway and starting next year, farmers could have access to machinery for the Pfumvudza land preparations. We are working with universities, research institutions and farm equipment machinery so we can develop appropriate machinery for potholing. Currently we are carrying out pilot projects using two-wheeled tractors. We intend to mechanize Pfumvudza. The concept is about mitigating against climate change and conserving moisture. Prof. Giri said farmers were currently carrying out preparations and mulching for the next season. Inputs under the program are only distributed to a particular household once agritechs have confirmed the potholing is complete and the required mulch, which is needed for moisture conservation but has other benefits, is physically next to the plots. We are emphasizing on the importance of timing in farming. Training is underway and we are closely working with village heads and chiefs for demonstration sites where their subjects will also learn. Last week 120,000 farmers countrywide had dug potholes, and cumulatively the number of farmers who have established planting stations has increased to more than 500,000, he said. Prof. Giri said this season's seed will be distributed according to agroecological regions. Those in the high potential yield areas such as Region 1 and 2 will receive more maize seed, about 10 kilograms, while those in low rainfall areas will receive more seed for traditional grains than maize seed, since that will ensure they have a reasonable harvest regardless of how much rain falls and when it falls, so long as they follow the conservation tillage. Each extension officer has a map on the agroecological regions of his or her ward and also results for the soils tests. This will define how we will attend to the soil. Where the pH is low, we give lime, he said. Zimbabwe Commercial Farmers Union President Dr. Shadrack Macomb said land preparations were going on well with some farmers already receiving lime and fertilizers. We welcome the initiative to mechanize Pfumvudza. This will help many people who cannot dig the planting holes, he said. Goromanzi farmer, Mrs. Fortunate Mavarengo said Pfumvudza was a good program that gives high yields while using less fertilizer. The program taught us to apply the correct amounts of fertilizers. We used to waste fertilizers, but through training we are now aware of the right quantities. Farming then makes sense when we get high yields, but using less inputs. Mechanizing Pfumvudza is a good move, especially for those with disabilities and the old. Some people have been shying away from Pfumvudza because of the digging of the holes. However, once the holes are established, the work becomes less labor-intensive as one can always renew the holes every season, she said. Mrs. Shelter Shamber of Mutamyamu village in Chikwaka said she will not abandon Pfumvudza because she uses less money for inputs than when using the conventional method. With Pfumvudza, our soils are not disturbed as is the case when sowing a tractor. I have been using the Pfumvudza method for the past 3 years and my yields continue increasing, she said. The presidential input program is targeting 3 million farmers, up from last season's 2.7 million in communal, A1, small-scale commercial farming, old resettlement and peri-urban farming sectors for cereals, oilseeds and legumes. The program will support 5 Pfumvudza plots, each of 39 meters x 16 meters per household, with a agroecological region-specific crop input package for maize, sorghum, pearl millet, soya beans, sunflower, groundnuts, vegetables, and African peas. The package will also include water retention enhancers, herbicides package for 3 plots and a fall armyworm control package. The program is also targeting 500,000 urban farmers who will get 1 plot each of maize, and 1 bag of fertilizers will be shared among 3 beneficiaries. Government has already released $20 billion towards the Pfumvudza Ntwasa program to boost food security. The 2022-23 summer program's strategic objective is to sustainably increase crop production and productivity to meet and surpass the national requirements for both human consumption and industrial use through the implementation of the key tenets of the Agriculture Recovery Plan.